Good evening, student. After completion of digestion of carbohydrate, proteins, fat and nucleic acid. Now in this video, we'll try to learn about the absorption process of these simple compounds, what we have digested up till now. The most important question which comes on absorption is the point from where the absorption will start. So just like digestion, the absorption will also start from mouth. In mouth, below our tongue, we are having a sublingual plexus of blood capillaries which are able to absorb certain molecules. But that amount of absorption is very negligible. But for MCQ purpose, do remember the digestion will start from mouth and the absorption will also start from mouth. So today we have to learn the process of absorption in small intestine in detail. So let's start with our video. As we already discussed, this process of absorption will start from mouth or oral cavity. In oral cavity, we are having sublingual plexus of capillary which helps in absorption of certain substances. You may have seen doctor that asking the patient to put some medicine in case of emergency below the tongue. आपण म्हटलं की डायजेशन सारखं ॲब्सॉर्प्शन पण ओरल कॅव्हिटीमध्येच चालू होईल आणि ओरल कॅव्हिटीमध्ये ॲब्सॉर्प्शन करायसाठी आपल्या जिभेच्या खाली प्लेक्सस आहे, एक जाळं आहे कॅपिलरीजचं, जे काही गोष्टींना ॲब्सॉर्ब करण्यासाठी आपल्याला मदत करतो. आपण कितीतरी वेळा डॉक्टरांना असं सांगताना ऐकलं असेल की बा काही इमर्जन्सीच्या काळामध्ये ह्या काही मेडिसिन्स आहेत ज्या तुम्ही जिभेच्या खाली ठेवू शकता. किंवा इफ यू कन्सिडर द होमिओपॅथिक मेडिसिन, द होमिओपॅथिक मेडिसिन हॅव टू बी पुट ऑन द टंग so that they can get absorbed from oral cavity. So the process of absorption definitely starts from oral cavity, but it is having its limitation. The main absorption will take place in intestine, small intestine particularly, and ileum will perform the maximum work of absorption. So do remember this MCQ की सगळ्यात जास्त absorption कुठे होईल? The process of absorption, the main organ of absorption is small intestine, आणि स्मॉल इंटेस्टाइन मधलं पण सगळ्यात जास्त absorption जे होतं ते होतं इलियम मध्ये. So ileum is the main part of small intestine which performs maximum absorption. हे सगळे MCQ maximum absorption हे सगळे MCQ लक्षात ठेवण्यालायक आहे. ओके, देन आता आपण काय करू की आपलं स्टमकमधलं डायजेशन कंप्लीट झालं आहे, तर आपण स्टमकला एक छोट्याशा आकारामध्ये काढू. This is esophagus and we are having this small stomach which have already performed its duty, and now we will enlarge the intestine to get an actual picture ki how the cells will perform the absorption. So we will enlarge the intestine. So let's suppose ki this is our intestine. And these are the folds in the mucosa of intestine which are increasing the surface area. These folds are called as villi. Are you clear for this thing? So here we are inside the small intestine and these are the finger like folds of small intestine which are called as villi. Now these villi are lined by columnar cells. So these are the columnar cells of villi, which also have the finger-like projections, which are called as microvilli. These microvilli can again increase the surface area for absorption. So just to simplify, we are inside the intestine. These are the finger-like processes which are called as villi. So these are the villi, and these villi are lined by columnar cells, which also have finger-like projections, which are called as microvilli. So due to presence of villi and microvilli, the surface area of intestine will enlarge so many folds so that the absorption will take place in more efficient way. There is large area will be available for the food to get absorbed. Clear? Then these villi are supplied by blood vessel. Let's say for example this is a capillary or a blood vessel which is supplying oxygenated blood to this villi, and this is a blood vessel which is drawing out the deoxygenated blood from the villi. Now in this case, these venules which are carrying the blood out from the villi are more important, because whatever we are going to absorb from the intestine, it will first get passed to the cell, and the cell will put that thing into the draining venules. So this is the vein or venule which will have our nutrients which get absorbed from the intestine. Clear for this thing? आपण म्हटलं की या विलायच्या आतमध्ये ही जी लाल कलरची ब्लड वेसल आहे, ही विलायला रक्त पुरवठा करून राहिली ऑक्सिजनेटेड ब्लडचा, आणि ही निळ्या कलरची जी वेसल दाखवली ही रक्त घेऊन चालली, डिऑक्सिजनेटेड ब्लड घेऊन चालली विलायपासून. पण याच्यामध्ये ही निळी वेसल खूप इम्पॉर्टंट आहे, हे वेन्यूल खूप इम्पॉर्टंट आहे, कारण आपण जे काही इंटेस्टाईनमधून ॲब्सॉर्ब करणार आहे ते सेल्समध्ये पहिले जाईल आणि सेल्स त्याला टाकून देतील या निळ्या वेसलमध्ये. क्लिअर फॉर दिस थिंग? सो म्हणून जितकंही न्यूट्रिएंट आपण ॲब्सॉर्ब करणार आहे ते आपल्याला आपल्या डिऑक्सिजनेटेड ब्लडमध्ये भेटणार आहे, हे तुम्ही लक्षात ठेवा. क्लिअर? नाउ काही गोष्टी ॲब्सॉर्ब करण्यासाठी इथे अजून एक स्पेशल वेसल पण असतं फॅटला ॲब्सॉर्ब करण्यासाठी इंटेस्टायनल विलायमध्ये. सो दिस इज अ वेसल which is called as lacteal. Which is for fat absorption. बाकी सगळे न्यूट्रिएंट जे ॲब्सॉर्ब होतील ते या वेनस सर्क्युलेशनमध्ये ॲब्सॉर्ब होतील, पण फॅट ॲब्सॉर्ब करण्यासाठी स्पेशल वेसल आहे अँड दॅट इज कॉल्ड ॲज लॅक्टियल. Clear for this thing? Now inside the intestine, after digesting carbohydrate, proteins, fats and nucleic acid, we are having bunch of molecules. So the simplest form of sugar which are present in small intestine is we are having glucose, fructose and galactose and pentose sugar. So these are the group of carbohydrates which are present in the small intestine, out of which glucose, fructose and galactose are coming from carbohydrate and pentose sugar is coming out of the nucleic acid. Then the product of protein digestion we are having are amino acids. So there will be a large amount of amino acids which are available in the small intestine. And the product of fat digestion, we are having glycerol and large fat molecules which are at present happy, but due to the cutting down process of bile salt, this molecule will become sad and it will break down into small pieces that are called as micelles. Plus, the product of nucleic acid digestion is nitrogen bases and we have already written pentose sugar and we are having phosphate groups. So all these molecules are the simple molecules and which are ready for absorption. Now we will see one by one how these carbohydrate will get absorbed, and then we will see how amino acid will get absorbed. So for absorption of carbohydrate, the glucose will get absorbed by all the means. Glucose will get absorbed by diffusion, facilitated diffusion and active transport. Okay, so firstly the glucose will get absorbed by diffusion up till equilibrium. So suppose here there are 100 molecules of glucose and the cell is not having any molecule of glucose. So the glucose will naturally flow from higher concentration to lower concentration inside the cell. But after some time the cell will have 50 molecules of glucose and outside there are 50 molecules of glucose. Now there is equilibrium. Now glucose cannot move inside the cell. At this particular point, the glucose will get absorbed by active absorption. Okay, so there are certain membrane pumps which will push the glucose inside the cell actively against the concentration gradient. So for glucose we have to remember that glucose will get absorbed by diffusion, facilitated diffusion, for facilitated diffusion of glucose, we are having certain carrier molecules which will carry glucose, sodium and amino acids together. So for facilitated diffusion, we are having a carrier molecule which carries sodium along with amino acid and glucose together. Okay, so we can draw a carrier molecule like this. So this is a carrier molecule. Okay, on this carrier molecule will specially mean for glucose, but along with glucose it is also carrying sodium and amino acid. So these three will move together inside the cell till each glucose reaches the equilibrium. So this is a facilitated diffusion of glucose, and glucose can also get the maximum absorption of glucose is actually by active transport. So do remember the MCQ, glucose will get absorbed by all the three means: diffusion, facilitated diffusion and active transport. But the maximum absorption of glucose will take place by active transport. Clear for the MCQ? Then for fructose we have to remember that the fructose will always get absorbed by facilitated diffusion. Always. Fructose will always get absorbed by facilitated diffusion. This is the MCQ which comes on fructose. But the carrier molecule which perform the facilitated diffusion of fructose is other than the carrier molecule which is carrying the glucose, sodium and amino acid. So for carrying glucose, we are having another carrier molecule. This is a carrier molecule which can carry fructose inside. So fructose will always go inside the cell with the help of carrier molecule, but the carrier molecule which carries fructose is other than the carrier molecule which carries glucose. Do remember this MCQ, because these are the points which NCERT has recently changed. In the previous version of NCERT, the NCERT has mentioned that glucose is carried by the facilitated diffusion. Now NCERT has changed and NCERT has mentioned that fructose is always carried by facilitated diffusion. So do remember these changes which has occurred in NCERT. Clear for this thing? Then about galactose. About galactose, we have to remember the partial MCQ that highest rate of transport is for galactose. Highest rate of transport is for galactose. Clear? So this is the most important MCQ which comes on galactose. Galactose, the rate of transport is highest for galactose. So just to summarize about the absorption of carbohydrate, glucose will get absorbed by all the three means: by diffusion, facilitated diffusion and active transport. Maximum absorption of glucose will take place with the help of active transport. Fructose will always get absorbed by facilitated diffusion, but the carrier molecule is different than the carrier molecule which carries glucose. And for galactose, we have to remember one MCQ that the highest rate of transport is for galactose. Now coming to the protein part, the proteins are digested up to the level of amino acid. Amino acid will also follow the same mechanism which is followed for glucose. That means every amino acid will get absorbed by three means, that is diffusion, facilitated diffusion and active transport. Plus amino acid will also maximally get absorbed by active transport. So this is how glucose and amino acid will get absorbed into the intestine. Now in the next video, we'll try to learn about the absorption of fat. Thank you.